So a different question. What's your idea of success? Because that's a word as well. Same thing as God.
Success to me is feeling good about myself because I feel connected to the world and I feel connected to God. So success is feeling happy with myself, being happy to be alive and being happy to be able to love. Success to me is being able to love everybody else.
Okay. So if you have three advice to achieve this idea of success, it would be one, loving people.
I think my advice would be to understand that life has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with me, that my life is not really about me. It's about everyone whose life I touch and the way in which I touch it.
Okay. And how people can do that, being more loving to someone else. Because sometimes we compare ourselves to someone else, we look at their life and we look at our life, and sometimes people have this, they feel disconnected with different people, and you can see that in a big city, people are not fully connected. So how can they find a way to feel more connected? And then
I use a question.
Okay.
I ask myself in my mind, when I see anybody else, is there any part of me that I'm seeing over there?
That's a good question. I like it.
And almost always there is.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole picture,
Yeah.
but there's always some part of me that I'm seeing over there. For instance, when I look at you, I see a person who's intellectually curious and who has many questions and who continues to seek for answers and who's open to responses and doesn't close anything off. And I think to myself, he's just like me. In that way, he's just like me. So I see a part of myself over there. And I see a part of myself in almost everyone that I see.
Yeah.
You know, even people who I don't admire, even people whose actions I'm not happy with, I see those actions and I think, have I ever been like that? Have I ever been unpleasant? Have I ever been domineering? Have I ever been abrupt or careless with people's feelings? And of course the answer is yes, of course.
So we have more compassion.
So I continually ask myself, what part of me am I seeing over there? And then if I can embrace that part of me and love it, even the not so nice parts, then I can embrace and love the person across the room as well.
That's interesting. That's a good question. So I know you're very busy, so I try to make sure about the time, because you have a conference in 2 days on Thursday in Paris. I'm sure people would love to come there. And so 2 more questions to finish with that. If you have advice to give to you 20 years old, you know, if you look at back in the days, long time ago maybe, which advice will you give to your 20 years old as a way a 20 years old can be?
I would say to a 20-year-old person, look closely to see what your priorities are, what's important to you, and why is it important. And consider the possibility that there's more going on here than meets the eye.
Okay.
There's more happening than you may think is happening. And I would say to a 20-year-old, give yourself permission to think, what decisions and choices would I make in my life if I thought my life was about my soul and not about my body or my mind?
Yeah, okay.
What if I thought that I was a spiritual entity and not simply a physical being?
Yeah, because physical means we have limitation, and when we are spiritual, we don't have limitation. Okay.
We also have a different reason,
Yeah.
if we're spiritual, a different reason for living, a different purpose in life that has nothing to do with get the guy, get the girl, get the car, get the job, get the house, get the better car, get the better job, get the better house, get the clothes, get the fame, get the money. Your life has different priorities and different reasons for making the choices that we make.
Thank you for that. So last question before we finish, what is the impact you want to have in this world?
I want to help change the mind of the world about God. I want to give people back to themselves, and I want to awaken the species. Those are my 3 missions in life. To awaken the species is my most important mission. To awaken people to who they really are and why we're all here.
Thank you for that. I think you're doing a good job on that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
People really love listening to you when they read you. Because I think when we read a book, we have the feeling the person is speaking to us. And this is a good way to help people to change the way they look at life, the way they look at God.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So thanks a lot for your time. I'm very grateful for this interview, for having you here in this space in Paris. So thank you. I'm very deeply grateful.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Alors si ce court extrait de l'interview que j'ai faite avec Neale t'a plu, clique sur le lien dans la description pour accéder à mon site internet, là où tu trouveras l'interview dans son intégralité. Donc clique sur le lien dans la description et on se retrouve directement de l'autre côté.